49ers have drafted another offensive lineman. It is Jarrett Kingston out of USC, formerly of Washington State, where he played under Mike Leach. So he pass protected a lot. Then he transferred to the Trojans for his final season of college eligibility. Listen, this guy's really athletic, and I feel like a broken record saying that, but the 49ers have been very focused on top-end athleticism in this draft. Kingston, 90th percentile performer in the 40-yard dash, 90th percentile in the vertical jump and the broad jump amongst offensive linemen. And then he went to the NFL Combine and he put up 32 bench press reps at 225 pounds, which was the second most of any offensive lineman at the event. So you love all the metrics. The one drawback is the arm length, only about 32 inches. You like tackles to be at around 34 inches, so you could get your arms out there and obviously keep these really athletic edge rushers at bay. So that's one of the issues with Jarrett Kingston, and that's why I think that an interior line alignment for the 49ers at the NFL level is a lock, but center might be something that the 49ers really think about, because we just talked to Jarrett Kingston over the Zoom. He was up in Anderson, which is just south of Redding. He's a Northern California native. He was out in the backyard there of his family home. He seems like a really smart guy, and obviously center is a big-time cerebral position, especially in the 49ers scheme. It's in charge of coordinating the protections, and they've got Jake Brendel under contract for the next 3 years. They're training Nick Zakelj at that center position, but I really do think that the 49ers can add another body into the pipeline there. As a 6th-round pick, Jarrett Kingston is by no means guaranteed to make this 49ers 53-man roster. In fact, it's probably going to be an uphill battle to do so. They've already picked Dominic Pooney in this NFL draft. He's a 3rd-round pick that can play all 5 positions, and he's a guy that projects as a starter maybe sooner rather than later for the 49ers. For Kingston, it's going to be a little bit more of a fight, but there's the practice squad that can be used developmentally, and obviously this team has needed more offensive linemen, especially if you look at the status of the interior line with both Aaron Banks and John Feliciano only under contract through the end of this 2024 season. So Kingston is another replenishment effort for the 49ers at that position. You can never stop when it comes to pouring talent into the trenches. The 49ers did a lot of that in free agency for the defensive line, and obviously they have now done this twice in the draft for the offensive line. I think this late in the draft too, you're throwing darts up against the wall. Players are going to be flawed in one way or the other, inevitably, right? But you could still find good players, and you could still find traits that can be developed by somebody like 49ers offensive line coach Chris Foerster. And in the case here, I think you see plenty of athleticism that you could stake your flag in it if you're the 49ers. You can look at the athleticism from Kingston and say, we can work with that. The arm length might be a little bit short, but we can move him to center, a position that he hasn't played yet. They see his football background as a defensive end, as a tight end at lower levels, and they see his movement capabilities. 49ers believe they can work with that as moldable clay to turn Kingston into a solid lineman. That's what you look for at this point in the draft. You look for something that stands out in a positive way. For Jarrett Kingston, it is the athleticism, it is the strength, and to be honest, it might be the brain too. We talked to him right now, and he was an impressive interview. All right, that's the 49ers 6th-round pick. They now have added 7 players in this NFL draft. 1 more pick is coming, and then undrafted free agency after that. So stay tuned.